Hey YouTube, Kevin Cleary here with a first impressions video for you. I have here a knife from GiantMouse Knives. This is their most recent offering, the GMP5. Now I've already taken it out of the box because there are multiple layers of boxes, and if you want to see me go through those multiple layers, you can go back and watch my GMP3 video, which was also kindly sent to me by a viewer. This is, of course, you're looking at it, so you can kind of tell the black wash and bronze hardware version. There's also a plain titanium satin version with blue hardware. So, blue pivot collar and blue pocket clip. So, let me kind of give you a quick rundown on this knife. We'll give you a size and weight and my initial thoughts. And then for any further discussion, you'll have to wait for my full review. That'll be coming out, after I've had a little bit of time to get to know this knife. And so let's start off by, giving just a quick rundown of the features. So we've got a black washed L-Max blade here with a very nice high flat grind, pretty thin behind the edge. I'll give you an actual measurement on that when I do the full review. Very nicely crowned back spine with this really nice bit of jimping here so that you can choke up with your thumb. I have to say I rather enjoy that, or even with your finger you can come up here. Top swedge, which is a really nice way of kind of keeping some strength out to the tip but still making it fairly fine. And then of course we have a titanium frame lock with this really nice wave pattern milled into it. It is a bearing pivot. I don't know if I'll be able to show you that. Yeah, I think you can sort of actually see the corners of the bearings there. So it is a bearing pivot, opening hole, sort of a spider hole for deployment, and it does spider flick. Whoops, I hit my other hand there. It does spider flick quite nicely. Thumb flick, well, I don't know, it seems to more open. Let's see if I can flick it out. Yeah, I guess I can. So either thumb or index finger work pretty well to open this knife. The detent is pretty nice. Lock bar tension is pretty high on this, and I'll comment more on that. Over here we have the bronze anodized pocket clip and back spacer with an interesting way of sort of integrating that lanyard hole into the design. So that's just a quick rundown of the features and how this thing has been put together. Oh, I will let you take a look inside. So we have no real internal milling. This is number 76, but we do have a very large lock bar insert there and a nicely accessible lock bar. I will say that as well. Let me grab you a size and weight here, and then I'll give you my initial impression or maybe a few other thoughts about this knife. So let me grab a size there. Okay, so overall, we're looking at 7 7/8 inches. Blade length of 3 3/8. Handle is going to be 4 9/16 on the overall handle length. It looks to be about 1/2 inch thick. I'll see if I can do a good job of showing you that on camera. Kind of. So yeah, it's a little over 1/2 inch thick. I'll have a set of calipers out when I do the full review. And let me grab a weight on this as well, and then I'll comment a little bit on what I think of this particular version. There we go. Oh, great. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so 5.1 ounces, which is basically the measurement that is listed on their website, or the weight, I should say, that's listed on their website. So what are my overall impressions of this knife? Well, I've got to say it's a very attractive design. Like many of the Vox Anzo designs, I do like sort of that simplicity. I like the blade here, and I like a lot of these designs. There's the Boker. I can't remember the name of there's a number of Boker knives designed by Jens Anzo. There are a couple of Viper knives designed from them as well. And I generally like the design, and certainly I find myself quite attracted to this one. I really like the extra grip and the extra just touch of detail and visual interest provided by the waved milling pattern in the titanium there. I absolutely like this blade shape. It looks to be very useful and very durable as well. Overall, I think this is a really nice sort of user style knife that's you know, going to appeal to the collector as well. You know, if you like high-end knives, if you like things that are a little bit nicer, a little bit more interesting, but you still like to use and carry your knives, and really that describes me quite well. I think this would be a knife that would be very, very appealing to you. The price point on these, I think, was $345, and so I don't know if there's still any available, but $345 is a pretty decent price point for the level of quality and materials that you're getting here. I don't know if I mentioned it, but it is an LMAX steel blade, which is quite nice. I'll have more of those details and more comments on the overall, you know, day-to-day kind of functionality of this knife when I get to my full review, but I can certainly see the appeal, and absolutely outside of the GMP1, this would be my most, what would you say? This would be the GiantMouse knife that I'm most interested in. As I'm looking at it here on camera, I want to try one more thing before I go. I want to see how comfortable it is to kind of choke up there. Well, it's actually not that bad. You can get a finger up there. It's not super comfortable, and I don't think it was really designed for that, but kind of works. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know if you're interested in this knife, or if you've kind of, you know, if you've fallen out of love with GMP knives. I know the GMP1 was a real hit. Lots of people really liked it. I think this can be equally as well because it's a similar size, similar design, and perhaps just a little more touch of visual interest. I think this is a pretty cool knife. So look for my full review and discussion, which will be coming up in a few weeks' time. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, and I guess notification button as well, so you make sure you don't miss that. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.